90-Day Fiance, star Eric Rosenbrook and Leida Margaretha, officially divorced today. And finally, Eric Rosenbrook arrest. I will explain everything. Welcome back to our channel, where we peel back the layers of reality TV's most unforgettable stories. Today, we're diving into the rollercoaster journey of Eric Rosenbrook and Leida Margaretha, a couple whose love story began on the global stage of 90-Day Fiancé and ended in heartbreak, legal battles, and tragedy. From their whirlwind romance to their official divorce and Eric's shocking arrest, this is a tale of passion, conflict, and consequences. Eric Rosenbrook was a 40-something former U.S. Marine from Baraboo, Wisconsin, a small town known more for its circus history than its romance. Divorced and a father to 3 daughters, Eric had all but given up on love. That is, until he stumbled across an international dating site in 2017. There, he met Leida Margaretha, a striking 29-year-old from Indonesia with a sharp wit and ambitious dreams. Leida came from a well-off family in Jakarta, where she claimed to have worked as a doctor and lived a comfortable life with her young son, Alessandro. Despite their vastly different worlds, Eric's blue-collar American roots and Leida's urban Indonesian upbringing, their connection was electric. After months of late-night chats and virtual dates, Eric took a leap of faith. He boarded a plane to Indonesia, and within 48 hours of meeting Leida in person, he dropped to one knee and proposed. She said yes, and soon after, they applied for the K-1 visa, a ticket to bring Leida to America to marry within 90 days. Their story caught the eye of TLC producers, landing them a spot on Season 6 of 90-Day Fiancé, which aired in October 2018. Fans were hooked from the start, eager to see if this unlikely pair could bridge the gap between their cultures and build a life together. But love, as we'd soon see, wasn't going to be easy for Eric and Leida. Their journey was about to take a turn into drama, conflict, and public scrutiny. When Leida stepped off the plane in Wisconsin with her son Alessandro in tow, she had big expectations. She'd left behind a life of relative comfort in Indonesia, envisioning a grand American dream with Eric, but reality hit hard. Eric's cramped 2-bedroom apartment, already home to his teenage daughter Tasha, was a far cry from the luxurious future Leida had imagined. Eric, a man of modest means working odd jobs after his military service, couldn't match the lifestyle Leida was used to. She made her displeasure known, often clashing with Eric over money and his inability to provide the life she felt she deserved. The tension wasn't just about money. Cultural differences bubbled to the surface. Leida, used to a more hierarchical family dynamic, expected Eric to prioritize her and Alessandro above all else. Eric, however, was a father first, fiercely protective of his daughters, especially Tasha, who still lived with him. This set the stage for one of the most explosive conflicts in 90-Day Fiancé history. Tasha Rosenbrook, Eric's 19-year-old daughter from his first marriage, became the lightning rod for Leida's frustrations. Tasha saw Leida as an outsider trying to take over her home, while Leida viewed Tasha as a disrespectful teenager standing in the way of her new family. The clashes were immediate and intense. Leida demanded Tasha clean up after herself and contribute more, while Tasha pushed back, refusing to bow to her new stepmother's rules. The breaking point came when Leida gave Eric an ultimatum. Tasha had to go, or their relationship was over. Eric, torn between his daughter and his fiancée, made a choice that stunned viewers. He asked Tasha to move out, effectively siding with Leida. Tasha, heartbroken and furious, packed her bags and left, leaving a rift in the family that would never fully heal. Fans were outraged. Social media lit up with hashtags like Team Tasha and Leida the villain. Viewers accused Leida of being a manipulative gold digger and Eric of abandoning his own flesh and blood. The drama didn't end there. In 2019, Leida escalated the feud by filing a restraining order against Tasha, alleging harassment and threats online. The order was granted, barring Tasha from contacting Leida for 4 years. But in a surprising twist, Leida later dropped it, saying, "I never wanted this to be permanent. I just needed peace." By then, The damage was done. Eric's relationship with Tasha was fractured, and Leida's reputation was in tatters. Despite the chaos, Eric and Leida made it down the aisle on October 28, 2018. Their wedding was a small affair, no lavish TLC cameras, just a quiet ceremony with a handful of guests. For a moment, it seemed like they might defy the odds. They settled into married life in Wisconsin, with Leida adjusting, however reluctantly, to her new reality. Eric worked tirelessly to support them, while Leida focused on raising Alessandro and navigating her new role as a stepmom to Eric's other daughters, who kept their distance. But the cracks were already forming. Money remained a constant source of tension. Leida, who'd once boasted of her medical career in Indonesia, struggled to find work in the US, her credentials unrecognized without further certification. Eric's income barely covered the bills, and Leida's demands for a better life grew louder. Arguments became frequent, often spilling onto social media where fans watched their every move. Yet, amidst the struggles, there were glimmers of hope. In 2020, they bought a modest house together, a fixer-upper in Adams, Wisconsin. It wasn't a mansion, but it was theirs. For a while, it looked like Eric and Leida might finally find stability. That is, until the next chapter of their story brought new joy and unimaginable pain. In late 2024, Leida shocked followers with big news. She was pregnant. After years of ups and downs, she and Eric were expecting their first child together. The announcement came with a mix of excitement and trepidation. Leida had been vocal about past struggles with mental health, and Eric was still rebuilding his finances. But the couple embraced the moment, sharing ultrasound photos and dreaming of their future as a family of 4. On April 15, 2025, their daughter Alisa Eleanor Rosenbrook was born. Eric posted a photo of himself cradling the tiny bundle, captioning it, "My little miracle is here. I'm a dad again, and I've never been prouder." Leida echoed his joy, writing, "Alisa is my reason to keep going. She's perfect." For the first time in years, Eric and Leida seemed united, their love for their daughter overshadowing the chaos of their past. But peace, as we'd soon learn, was fleeting. Just weeks after Alisa's birth, their world would come crashing down in a way no one could have predicted. July 4, 2025, should have been a day of celebration, America's Independence Day, a new family enjoying their first summer together. Instead, it became the night that shattered Eric and Leida's fragile life. According to court records, police were called to their Adams home around 2 a.m. after a neighbor reported a disturbance. What they found was a scene of chaos. Leida told officers that Eric had been drinking heavily all day, celebrating with beers and whiskey. When he stumbled home from a convenience store run, she confronted him, worried about his state with a newborn in the house. The argument escalated when Leida refused to let Eric hold Alisa, fearing he'd drop her. Eric, enraged, allegedly slapped Leida across the face while she cradled their daughter. Leida's cries woke the baby, and soon, police were at the door. Eric didn't deny the slap. In his statement to police, he admitted, "I lost my temper. I shouldn't have done it." He was arrested on charges of misdemeanor battery and disorderly conduct, booked into the Adams County Jail, and released on bail the next day. Leida, shaken but resolute, filed for a temporary restraining order, granted on July 7, barring Eric from contacting her except for hospital visits to see Alisa, who, unbeknownst to the public, was already fighting for her life. Days after Eric's arrest, a tragedy unfolded that would change everything. On July 9, 2025, little Alisa Eleanor Rosenbrook passed away after 5 days on life support. The details are scarce. Eric and Leida have not disclosed the exact cause, but the timing suggests a medical emergency struck shortly after the July 4 incident. Eric broke the news on Facebook, writing, "My heart is shattered. My beautiful daughter Alisa slipped away yesterday at 12:53 p.m. She's with her grandpa now, but I'll never be the same." Leida's response was raw and haunting. In a since-deleted post, she wrote, "God, take me instead. She was just born. I've fought suicidal thoughts for years. Give me peace, let me forgive." The post vanished hours later, along with her entire social media presence, leaving fans reeling. Speculation swirled. Had the stress of the altercation contributed to Elisa's condition? Was there more to the story? No official reports have linked the arrest to her death, but the timing fueled endless theories. For Eric and Leida, the loss of their daughter wasn't just a personal tragedy. It was the final blow to a marriage already on the brink. Leida had flirted with divorce before. On February 12, 2024, she filed to end their marriage, only to withdraw the petition days later, citing a desire to work things out. But after the arrest and Elisa's death, there was no turning back. On August 15, 2025, Leida filed for divorce again, this time for good. Court documents reveal a marriage irreparably broken, with Leida citing physical abuse and irreconcilable differences as grounds. She sought sole custody of Alessandro and requested spousal support, claiming Eric's actions had left her destitute. The divorce was finalized on October 10, 2025, just shy of their 7th anniversary. Eric didn't contest it. His Facebook status switched to divorced, and in a rare post, he wrote, "I've lost everything, my wife, my daughter, my hope. I don't blame her for leaving." Leida, meanwhile, moved out of their shared home, reportedly returning to Indonesia with Alessandro to rebuild her life. Eric's legal battles continued to mount. At a hearing on August 20, 2025, he pleaded not guilty to the battery and disorderly conduct charges, represented by a public defender. But on July 14, just days after Elisa's death, he'd been cited again, this time for operating while intoxicated and possessing an open intoxicant in his car. The incidents painted a picture of a man spiraling out of control. Fans were merciless. Online forums buzzed with accusations. Some called him an abuser. Others a grieving father pushed too far. Leida's earlier claims of ongoing abuse resurfaced, with a deleted post from June 2025 alleging, "Eric hit me before. I stayed quiet for too long." Eric fired back, "She's twisting the truth. I'm not perfect, but I'm not a monster." The truth, as always, lay somewhere in the messy middle. The 90-day fiancé community was divided. Some offered sympathy for Eric's loss. Others demanded accountability. Through it all, Leida remained silent, her whereabouts a mystery after leaving the US. Eric Rosenbrook and Leida Margaretha's story is a stark reminder that love isn't always enough. They crossed oceans to be together, defied cultural odds, and built a family only to watch it crumble under the weight of conflict, tragedy, and their own flaws. Their journey raises tough questions. Can reality TV fame amplify personal struggles? How do we heal from loss and violence? And what happens when the cameras stop rolling? For Eric, now alone in Wisconsin, the future is uncertain. His legal cases loom, and his relationship with his older daughters remains strained. For Leida, back in Indonesia, it's a chance to start over, but the scars of the past won't fade easily. And for little Elisa, gone too soon, she remains the heartbreaking centerpiece of a story no one saw coming. We may never know the full truth of what happened behind closed doors, but one thing is clear. Eric and Leida's tale is a human one, flawed, messy, and real. That's the story of Eric Rosenbrook and Leida Margaretha, from 90-day fiancé fame to divorce and arrest. Leave your thoughts in the comments. What do you think went wrong for Eric and Leida? More update. 90-day fiancé Eric Rosenbrook arrested for allegedly hitting wife while drunk. And Eric Rosenbrook and Leida Margaretha mourn loss of baby girl. And Eric and Leida face legal troubles and family tragedy. I will explain everything. 90-day fiancé Eric Rosenbrook arrested for allegedly hitting wife while drunk. The arrest of 90-day fiancé actor Eric Rosenbrook follows allegations that he assaulted a lady who later asserted her claim to be his wife while intoxicated on the 4th of July. Police in Wisconsin have given RadarOnline.com the exclusive information on the child's death, and the accusations surfaced only days before he broke the terrible news of his daughter's death. Although she was identified only by her initials, LMM, in the police report, The accused victim claimed to be his wife, Leida. Everything began when Eric disappeared after picking up some food from a convenience store, according to police reports. He was found unconscious in his car outside their apartment when the concerned woman went outside to find him. Ultimately, she managed to extricate the 47-year-old from the vehicle. He had consumed alcohol earlier in the day. At that point, she alleged, the argument escalated into a yelling match. The victim was presumably holding their infant daughter when the noise woke her up. After she informed Eric he was too inebriated to hold the baby, he smacked her. The charges of disorderly behavior and misdemeanor violence led to his detention, and he subsequently entered a not guilty plea. Tragically, Eric and Leida had just days before to disclose the loss of their infant daughter when they were arrested. Police in Wisconsin have provided radaronline.com with the unique details of the child's death. It provides information. The Division of Safety and Permanence, DSP, has received notification that a child death, serious injury or egregious incident has occurred and maltreatment is suspected, or that a child placed in out-of-home care has died. The sole detailed reason given was serious injury, as confirmed by a physician. Even while Eric didn't spill the beans in a Facebook post, he did say that the baby had been on a life support machine. It breaks my heart and shatter my world to announce that tragedy has struck over the weekend, he wrote. Little Alisa Eleanor Rosenbrook slipped the shore ties to join her grandfather Tom on Tuesday at 12:53 p.m. after 5 days on life support. I do not want good wishes or questions. Neither reading nor responding will I do anything. Please keep her in your prayers. 90-day fiancés Eric Rosenbrook and Leida Margarita mourn loss of baby girl. Following his arrest on July 4th for a physical altercation with his wife, the 90-day fiancé star revealed that their infant had passed away while on life support. It breaks my heart and shattering my world to share the news that tragedy has befallen over the weekend, he posted on Facebook on July 10. My darling granddaughter, little Alice Eleanor Rosenbrook, slipped the shore bonds to join her grandfather Tom yesterday at 12:53 p.m. after 5 days on life support. After clarifying that he isn't seeking well wishes or questions, Eric asked for just prayers for Alisa instead. Eric is the father of 3 girls, Tanal, Tasha, and Jenica, from a prior marriage. According to Us Weekly, Leida shared her own sorrow in a now-deleted Instagram post from July 5, writing, "Dear God, when Alisa was initially admitted to the hospital, my daughter's life is more important than yours. Therefore end my life if you must." The 36-year-old, who is the mother of her son Alessandro from a prior relationship, went on to say, "God, she just gave birth. After battling suicide thoughts and trauma, if this is going to teach me to value life, then I don't want it. Assist me. Help me find peace. Forgive." Court documents acquired by TMZ show that Alisa's murder occurred just days after Eric was charged with domestic disorderly conduct and violence in Wisconsin. In a criminal complaint, Leida claimed to have discovered an inebriated Eric unconscious in his car outside of their apartment complex while holding their daughter. She informed the cops that she and the 47-year-old got into a dispute after she removed him from the vehicle because she would not allow him to hold Alisa while he was drunk. While Eric did admit to hitting Leida, he strongly denied ever touching his daughter during the fight, according to TMZ. Several women in the United States dated me after my divorce. Eric introduced himself. Things did not pan out. It seemed like the Cosmos wanted me unmarried. At least that's what I had concluded. The first person to reply to his post was Leida, and he confessed that he initially worried he was being catfished after getting to know her. She was interested in medicine, but she had a multi-talented career as an actress, model, and Miss Indonesia runner-up. I was astounded at her identity, he stressed. Problems arose in their relationship whenever Eric had to work out a parenting plan with his ex-wife, which included splitting the costs of his 3 kids' child payments. "I don't think Eric is making me his priority," Leida said at the time. She continued, "He said he would look out for Alessandro and me, but he's been paying more for child support than he has for my son and me. 90 Day Fiancé stars Eric and Leida face legal troubles and family tragedy. Recent months have been rough for Eric Rosenbrook and Leida Margaretha, the former stars of 90 Day Fiancé. They've dealt with legal troubles and a tragic loss in their personal lives. The couple is coping with the arrest of Eric, as well as the devastating loss of their young daughter. They were on the popular TLC reality show in season 6. It seems like a domestic dispute led to the arrest of Eric Rosenbrook, according to reports. The couple's already troubled relationship has been further affected by this legal scenario, even though facts concerning the allegations are restricted. After coming under intense public scrutiny both during and after their presence on the reality show, the couple is now facing arrest. Their strained relationship with Eric's daughter Tasha was the first thing viewers of the TLC show saw. Their contentious living situation and family relationships make them divisive characters among the show's viewers. Tragically, Eric and Leida have also lost a daughter, and they are grieving her loss with great sadness. Not much is known about the baby's death, but the couple is clearly going through a tough time, and this loss has only made things worse. The reality TV stars, who have been active on social media ever since the show concluded, have taken a personal hit from this tragedy. In the 90 Day Fiancé season that followed Leida's relocation from Indonesia to the United States, the pair tried to start a life together. Since making their broadcast debut, Eric and Leida's relationship has been surrounded by controversy. Fans may recall the couple's tense relationship with Eric's daughter and Leida's ultimatum to Eric about his child support obligations and responsibilities as a father. There were a number of heated exchanges between them when they were on the show, including conflict with Tasha, Eric's adolescent daughter, which resulted in her departure, conflicts regarding Eric's monetary responsibilities to his children from a prior marriage, challenges with cultural adaptation that Leida faced. While settling into American society, the couple said they had death threats from people who didn't like their behavior on the show after their season aired. Because of this, they briefly contemplated quitting the franchise and social media altogether. Fans of the program and media outlets that cover reality television have been very affected by the news of Eric's arrest and their daughter's murder. The public's reaction to the duo, who remained active on social media beyond the end of their season, was varied. While some have voiced their condolences for the couple's death, others have brought up the contentious nature of their on-screen romance. There has been no official word from the 90 Day Fiancé franchise on the matter. No one from the couple's TLC co-stars has spoken out about their recent problems. On the other hand, when cast members of 90 Day Fiancé have been through tough times, the community has always been there to help them. What this means for the couple's future in the US is anybody's guess, but the legal processes surrounding Eric's detention are certain to drag on. In the meanwhile, they have to deal with the public scrutiny and legal obstacles on top of grieving their daughter. After enduring intense public scrutiny and personal hardships since their television debut, Eric and Leida's relationship is about to face its most difficult chapter yet, brought on by these two crises happening at the same time. 90 Day Fiancé. Proof of Leida Margaretha's animal abuse charges revealed. Leida Margaretha, star of 90 Day Fiancé, abused her puppy, and now there are legal papers and evidence of it. According to the episode, Leida is now married to Eric Rosenbrook. Their differences in opinion and financial situation led to several arguments between the two. Despite everything, the couple would tie the knot and move in together at the season's end. Leida has been quite vocal about her marriage on social media since they were on the show. Pictures of bruises supposedly caused by Eric have been shared as part of this. Despite her candor, she is not totally blameless when it comes to the abuse she claims to have endured. A number of charges, including assault with a weapon, fraud, and cruelty to animals, have recently been brought against Leida. Leida rejected the claims that she abused her husky pet and provided few facts about the incident, but official evidence has just recently been made public. The official records of the animal abuse allegation against Leida were posted on January 31, 2025, by 90 Day journalist John Yates 327T. Leida has a lengthy criminal record, according to the journalist who broke the story of her initial accusations. She has also lost multiple lawsuits and restraining order cases against her, and she has been arrested for 7 felonies and 3 misdemeanors. The tortured pet is still in the same home, even after Leida confessed to the cruelty to the police. Despite the journalist's best efforts, they didn't care when he or she contacted the dog's breeders, the ASPCA, and the authorities. The official records show that Leida threatened her own life and brutally attacked her dog. The puppy's incontinence had enraged Leida to the point where she was about to slam her laptop against it. But Eric stopped her, and Leida had a breakdown. She wanted to hurt herself so badly that she went upstairs and got a knife. She was pregnant at the time, and slammed it on the floor of the home, causing it to yelp. Leida would do this once Eric retrieved the knife. Leida admitted to everything that happened. A horrific act of cruelty and inhumanity was perpetrated by Leida against her cat. Leida posted an Instagram video of her puppy in an effort to debunk the accusation. She went so far as to display the identical shattered laptop that had been used to threaten the animal. Nonetheless, she admitted guilt and provided specifics about the crime. All accusations of animal abuse are justified, and there is no longer anything she can do to disprove them. The puppy's lack of justice is both depressing and irritating to hear about. The lack of action to rescue the puppy from its violent owner is perplexing. If any of the cast members happen to come across this post, Johnny 8's 327 Turv begs them to share the documents with everyone they know. All eyes on the dog should make it to a safe place in the end. 90-Day Fiance's Leida Margarita and stepdaughter Alari give major update after strained relationship. Exited 90-Day Fiance. A surprising Instagram post indicated that Alari Stark, previously known as Tasha Rosenbrook, the daughter of Leida Margarita and Eric Rosenbrook, has reconciled. In 2017, Leida and Eric were married, and thereafter Leida relocated to Wisconsin. They shared a 2-bedroom apartment, but her relationship with Alari was unstable. In the 6th season of 90-Day Fiancé, the 29-year-old Leida notoriously expelled the 19-year-old cosplayer from the house. After making news in 2023 for her arrest and charges of alleged theft and wire fraud, Leida was no longer involved with the franchise. Leida Margarita, who was a former contestant on 90-Day Fiancé, has some shocking news to share regarding her connection with the daughter of Eric Rosenbrook. After years of court drama, Leida and Eric's daughter Alari are on good terms. A selfie with Alari was included on Leida's Instagram story. "Congratulations, bride-to-be," Leida captioned it. In the photo, Leida sported colorful lenses, while Alari sported a stunning velvet gown and cat-eye spectacles adorned with rhinestones. In her announcement of her stepdaughter's wedding, Leida referenced Alari's Instagram account, Rembulan Cosplay. The reality TV personality Leida also shared another Instagram story in which she described herself as getting ready for Alari's wedding and the preparation of the ceremony's transportation. Images from the wedding ceremony were also shared by her. Among the images, Eric is seen posing with the happy couple. From the moment Alari arrived in the United States, Leida's connection with her was fraught. She has strained relations with the daughter of her fiancé. Because Alari found Leida's arguments with her father annoying, she resisted Leida's advances. As Alari had previously warned Leida, "Get the if **** out of my country," if she was planning to threaten to abandon him. But her father went into Leida's demands and kicked out the then teenager from the house, so Alari had no one to lean on. With Eric's assistance, Leida was able to complete the necessary forms to obtain a restraining order against Alari. After 4 years, Eric's daughter was finally allowed to contact Leida via social media and refrain from harassing her. The ban was lifted in 2019. Afterwards, Leida insisted she had no grudges toward Alari. By 2020, Eric claimed things had improved in his relationship with Alari. It is also possible that Leida and Alari's relationship was healed during this time. Cosplay is something that Alari enjoys, and she and her dad have attended several conventions. Since Leida's selfie lenses might be costume accessories, it appears that she is joining Alari in her cosplay endeavors. Leida recently made headlines for her actions in February 2024, when she filed for a divorce from Eric, only to subsequently withdraw the petition. Not long after that, the 90-Day Fiancé cast member was reportedly arrested in Wisconsin for speeding. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.